Hello, and welcome back to the spoilerCast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them because it's in the name. It's the spoilerCast, you know?
No.
So, fair warning. My name is Tobias, and with me, as always, is my sister and trusty co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And, yeah, we were back, like, last week, I think, or something.
Unofficially.
Yeah, and we did the whole summer spectacular Pirates of the Caribbean 5-hour episode a while back. But this is the official start of the new season of the spoilerCast.
Yes.
Because that's what we said back in, like, what, July? June? I don't remember.
Yeah,
June.
June, I think.
Yeah, that we were going to do. Our first episode back was going to be Nope. And guess what? We're going to discuss Nope in this episode. Yeah. Hey, big surprise. Before that, though, just want to say, if you want to listen to this episode early, because I'm going to put this up early, since we're recording this on a Wednesday, and if you want a bunch of extra episodes, you want commentary tracks, you want to say in what movies we talk about, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene, and check out the $3 tier. It's the most cost-effective one. But enough about that. Let's get into Jordan Peele's new sci-fi horror movie, Nope. First off, like we usually do, what did you think of Nope?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, well, we just saw it like about 2 hours ago. The movie ended.
Yeah, no, but
still fresh.
I have to say it wasn't bad. I'll give you that, but it's not the best thing I've seen that he's done. Granted, I've only seen one of his other movies. I mean, yeah, Jordan Peele, obviously.
You've seen Us.
Yes, and bits and pieces of Get Out, but not enough to have an opinion on that one. But I can already.
Though, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I can already say that Nope will obviously not be the best one of his 3 projects.
I both agree and disagree with you.
Yes, but it still had me. My jaw dropped several times throughout the movie, and my mouth didn't close for the last hour or so.
Well, last like half hour maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know how long the movie was, but it didn't feel too long.
It was 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it didn't feel like 2 hours and 10 minutes. It felt like maybe 1:45.
Yeah, it was and that's a good sign.
Yes.
When you're not like checking your watch all the time.
It's time well used.
Yes, exactly.
So what did you think?
I liked it quite a bit. I'm still trying to, because his movies are chock full of, message.
Oh,
obviously,
yes.
Like that's his style. And I'm still trying to figure out what this was about.
I'd say exploitation. I can see the word.
Yes, exploitation.
Oh, geez.
Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Exploitation or like exploitation, like using people / animals.
Yeah, like
and,
Hollywood
push
specifically.
Them to their breaking point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess spoilers for that. Now you know what the movie's about, sort of.
Well,
that's just the themes, That's the
yes.
story, not the plot. But I gotta say, like, I have seen both his previous movies, and I've seen some of his produced by stuff. I've seen a couple of episodes of that his reboot of the Twilight Zone. I mean, again, I don't know if it was like his project, but he was involved in it.
There's obviously going to be some of his, like, flair to it.
Yes. And I liked both of his movies previous to this. I did not like the Twilight Zone. It was garbage. But I guess it's because I'm a fan of the originals. Cause it did not capture the feeling of the original at all.
There's more to it than just Jordan Peele. That ruins it.
Yes, definitely. Oh, yes. Yeah, he's not even the big problem in that
No,
show.
exactly.
Either way.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, but I liked Nope quite a lot. Even though I'm struggling to figure out what it was actually about. This one felt more like, if you wanted to, this could just be pure entertainment.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is as close to like a big, spectacular movie or big spectacle movie that he has done. I mean, the second half of the movie is
just spectacle.
Just spectacle. I mean, with the stuff in there, of course, but it's spectacle, which is also very telling because it is, I think, mostly or maybe all of it shot on IMAX cameras. And Hoyte van Hoytema was the director of photography, which you notice a lot because he loves to use the edge arm on the car when he follows the horses and the motorbikes, and there's a lot of kinetic movement in the camera work.
Basically, action shots.
Which it just made me think of Christopher Nolan so much. It was like, oh shit, so a lot of Christopher Nolan's style is just Hoyte van Hoytema. Okay, I get it now.
No, I agree. This movie it's less of a political subplot.
Yeah, the social message thing is not as big, and it's more just, telling a story.
Yes. But it still has some undertones of political notions, obviously.
There's definitely the stuff we talked about, like the how people, but I guess more animals or like, lower rung people are used in an industry. That's definitely what it's about.
Yeah.
But I guess also more straightforward, just how it would feel if human beings weren't the apex predator anymore.
Yes.
It's a bit of a cautionary tale that way. And if I'm gonna say that the movie has, some flaws, it is that it's a little unclear on what the point is of the movie. Where Get Out and Us was very clear. This was like, I don't know.
That's possibly the point, though.
Yeah,
the point is
maybe
that
he's
the point
trying to
is
not make another Jordan Peele movie. And he wants to do something different. I get that, but because you're used to his style at this point, because we've seen it in both his previous movies and his TV stuff, you're like, so where is the social commentary angle on this? Oh, maybe it's not. It's just a movie. Okay. Not just, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I did have time to watch some videos of other people talking about Nope. And, I mean, there's one thing that most of the internet has probably heard of at one point. One of the Paul brothers, the YouTubers, tweeted his opinion on Nope, and
I don't keep up with popular YouTubers.
No, I didn't hear. I think I heard of it, but didn't realize it was about Nope until now when I watched a video on it.
Oh.
And he has the same opinion, sort of, that he doesn't understand why half of the things in the movie are in the movie because they don't really have anything to do with anything, according to him. But if you look at it and think about it, they do. They're strange. But everything has a point. Everything has a meaning behind it somehow. Except for perhaps two things.
Yeah?
Should I spoil them? They're minor details that don't really have anything to do with anything, to be honest.
Yeah, go ahead then. Minor details are fine.
The shoe. The standing shoe.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, there is a point to it, but it's also a very silly point, and it's a weird way to prove that point.
Honestly, I just think that's the kind of, it's one of those detail things that someone who is in this state of shock will grab onto.
Yes, and that's the point behind it, but it's also like, you really didn't need to have that. It could have been something else. It didn't have to be something that looks weird in that sense, or like alien almost.
Yeah,
it looks like it's something going on. And then also the fucking praying mantis. But I have a theory for that as well, and it might just be that it's connected to the big thing.
Yeah, or it's just a way to obscure so that we don't they don't capture it on photo too early in the movie.
Apparently, people are pissed about that. It could have been something that is more likely to happen than a fucking praying mantis that don't even live there. He even says it in the movie. Like, that's really rare that a praying mantis would just end up here, first of all, and specifically on the one working camera thing.
Yeah, sure.
So people are apparently pissed at it, and I can sort of understand it. At the same time, it's probably just there to piss people off.
Yeah, it is very annoying that they didn't, and Keke Palmer's stupid attempt to remove it by throwing candy at it. Like,
it's like
climb up on the roof.
Yeah, you have like where
halfway there.
Where you gotta. There's a lower ledge where you can keep going.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a comic relief, kind of just to annoy people.
Yeah.
Add on. But other than that, I think everything does have a point in the movie.
Oh yeah,
it mirrors something. It foreshadows something. It explains something, sort of. So, without trying to spoil things, I think it's kind of genius, but I do prefer the other ones because they have at least us and what I've seen of Get Out have a darker theme. Well, it's portrayed in a darker way, which I prefer, because this felt, I don't know, too light almost to be a horror film, which some people are calling it a horror film.
Yeah, that's also because what he did before was horror. I would almost say this is more a straight up sci-fi movie,
right?
Than with horror elements.
Yeah,
but I mean, for the most part, it's not scary.
No,
there are scary moments,
obviously, but I mean, every mystery sci-fi movie would have scary moments.
Yeah, exactly, because that's part of, something being mysterious is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because we fear what we don't know,
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, we haven't really talked about, but I guess we don't really have to. Everyone knows what it's about, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you've seen the trailer, haven't you?
Yeah, when the trailer kind of spoils it, but kind of doesn't spoil it.
Yes.
Because it's very clear from the trailer that it's something
in the sky.
It's something extraterrestrial. There's a big thing in the sky,
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a red herring because the thing in the sky is not what you think it is.
Exactly. Which is why afterwards I liked the trailer. Before I saw the movie, I hated it. I was like, God damn it, they spoiled everything.
It shows too much. The earliest trailers were good because it was just people looking up into the sky.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you kind of could understand, okay, so it has to do with aliens.
Sure.
But at least they were trying to obscure the thing in the sky. Later
but
trailers
also,
are just like, that's something,
Once you've seen the movie,
the
trailers are still good because it's like, they actually don't destroy the movie. They don't over-explain it.
They don't spoil the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it in retrospect.
Yeah. Well, I am mad at it in spect, not retrospect though.
But in overall, it's a very well made movie.
Yes, and that's what I want to talk about. Like, I think on a technical level, this is his best movie, and I also think,
yeah, probably.
Also, how this is gonna. Now I'm gonna go against what I said. Go against myself here, because I said before that one of the flaws with the movie was that I wasn't really sure what it was really about, because it was kind of vague when it came to the social commentary or whatever.
But that's what makes it good, though.
At the same time, yes. I also like that it isn't so obvious.
That it isn't overly political.
Yeah, well, not even that. That it's just it's just a sci-fi movie, but it has some themes in there.
Yeah,
whereas
sure.
Get Out is just like, this is about this. I don't want to say too much because you haven't seen it. And Us is obviously about like the class system.
Yeah,
that's all that movie is about.
Definitely.
And like class uprising. This was just like,
Get Out is about like systemic racism or something, right?
Systemic racism, and like what is that? It's such a good it's like the banality of evil or something. Like,
right, yeah.
People who they go so far in trying to be not racist that they kind of become racist. You know, upper middle class white people are like, man, I love black people. I love black culture. And it's like, okay, calm down.
You go so far as to become you become racist. It's almost like saying, you know, I'm not racist, but
yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's obviously what that movie's about.
Yeah,
because when they take it way too far.
Oh yeah,
no spoilers. But
as much as I know, yes.
Yeah. We love black people so much. Yeah.
I mean, just the trailer with like the dad. I'm like, yeah, dude, chill.
Yeah.
We know, we get it. You're scared of being racist, so you go too far.
Yeah. So while that is like crazy and hilarious, this one is much more subtle.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, I guess that's both, I like to say, gift and a curse, because it's almost too subtle, but it's also nice that it is very subtle in this movie. It's not just like that scene from, what's it called, Ghetto Blaster, with the postman saying, "Message!"
No.
So I like that.
Yes, but that's...
You can just see it as a straight-up sci-fi adventure movie.
Yes, that's what I'm... Yeah. It would have felt odd, I think, to have a sci-fi movie be also a political movie, or like have a very strong political message.
A lot of sci-fi from the beginning was all about doing social commentary, like holding up a mirror to society.
Sure.
And like telling a story about a future world that has the same problems we have, but you can solve them in a different way.
Sure, but not
that's
the same...
the whole of Star Trek, at least old Star Trek.
Yeah. But it's not the same way as he has portrayed it previously.
No.
And that would have been weird. If you had the social commentary that Us is with this setting, it would have been kind of odd.
It would have been different. Yes.
This works better. I like the subtleness. I like the commentary that is there, and the fact that it doesn't alter the story, because the story is just what's in the sky.
Yeah.
But then also, you know, human reactions and actions, not just reactions, but actions in general. With the hints at Hollywood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The movie starts out though with a very like. A very Jordan Peele scene.
Yes.
Where they're doing the trailer, when they're going to do the trailer shoot, not the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
The beginning of the here and now, so to speak.
Yeah, and Daniel Kaluuya's character, who's called Otis Jr., or abbreviated OJ, a black man being called OJ, and the star of the trailer they're going to shoot, or the commercial or whatever they're going to shoot, she's like, "Your name's OJ," and kind of gets nervous.
Yeah.
She's so overly ditzy blonde bimbo. It's just like, ugh.
That's the one, racial commentary he just threw in there. Just like, pointing out.
But then they steer away from that a lot.
Except for the fact that he continues to, like, comment on the fact that his name is OJ by making him wear a lot of orange. But I think that's
I didn't think of it that way, but okay.
No, but that's kind of funny, because he also dresses the sister, Emerald, in a lot of green.
Huh.
So I think that's just a little bit of a...
Yeah, that's just color
funny theme, giving them a
layers.
Color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though Angel, I don't know, he doesn't get a color.
No. Well, he has blonde hair. You know, angels are light, ethereal, blonde.
But he always wears dark clothes, though.
Yeah, I guess. But he's an angel and I
don't know.
I'm just making up stuff for it.
But they have a color, and that's just a nice detail. It's a funny detail to me.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's hard to say anything else without spoiling things
without
by
going
now.
into like talking about story details. But I mean, it's been 20 minutes, so I guess we should
finish it off by saying, in general, technically, yes, a very, very good movie. It's fantastically made. The acting is superb. I have no issues with anyone. I mean, the film guy is a bit weird, but I guess that's just the character.
Yeah,
it's not the actor.
I love that guy though. What's his name? Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
I saw him.
The actor is Michael Wincott.
Right, Michael Wincott
plays Antlers Holst.
when I was way too young, he played the villain in Metro, an Eddie Murphy like action movie. That it was way too violent, and I saw when I was way too young. But that guy, specifically his voice, always stuck in my head, and it's just gotten gravelier by every year. Yeah, I love it. I love Michael Wincott. I'm so happy he still makes movies. But yeah, no, everyone was great. Probably say that Daniel Kaluuya gets the spotlight.
I mean,
Keke Palmer.
He is the main character. He has more to say and do than anyone else, really.
But she was a little much. But just, I
also,
guess
I think that's the
very
character.
Extroverted. Yeah.
There's supposed to be a bit of a jarring difference between them.
Yeah.
Which just makes her, because she's good at acting extra.
Yes.
And then just having her be an extra character as well, that just adds fire to the flame, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said then, the cinematography, amazing.
Oh yes.
All the using all this open space, which you never have used before in movies. His movies are usually very small in scope. Yeah. But here, because it takes place in this huge valley and it has to do with, huge things in the sky, I really commend him for going hard into using IMAX cameras and getting the guy who knows how to film with IMAX cameras and just really capturing the size and scope of this story.
Oh yes.
Perfect. And then I really like the music. How it was Western inspired, but not always.
Yes.
I really liked it.
Because you could feel he had a theme he wanted to portray, and he went in for it. But he didn't want to overdo it.
No, because it definitely has obviously it takes place in a Western kind of.
I mean, it's a ranch. It's a horse ranch.
Yeah, exactly. And Daniel Kaluuya's character he is literally a cowboy. Just that he doesn't wear a hat mostly. He wears a trucker hat.
Yeah. Because he's a modern cowboy.
Yeah, exactly. So then he has that Western theme, and it fits so well.
Yes.
But also that because of the sci-fi elements, there's kind of a weirdness to it. You get that weird West feeling, Loved it. On a technical level, perfect.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, want to talk some specifics?
Do you want to
talk some spoilers?
Do you want to grade it first? Give it a out of 10?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure, 10, though.
I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to put this at a really strong 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Maybe it'll bump up to an 8 the more we talk about it. But at the moment, it's a 7 out of 10. Not
initial reaction, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
After discussing and digesting, it might change.
Yeah. So in some ways, his weakest movie, but in other ways, his strongest movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The way I remember Us, though, is a very strong 8. Or a weak 9, even.
That one has so many little details that maybe this one had too, we just didn't notice them, but in Us, there were so many details that you noticed the first time you watched it. It was so much fun to just discuss that movie afterwards. But anyway.
Initial reaction, strong 7. Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
Let's get into spoilers. So, spoilers. From here on out, we will talk story specifics, plot specifics.
Oh yes, details, everything. If you don't want to hear it, pause.
Turn it off. Yeah,
go check out the movie and come back.
Yes.
Give us your initial reaction, and then tell us if we're wrong.
Exactly.
In the comments, or on Twitter, or on Instagram.
Wherever you can find us.
Yes.
Right. Here we go.
Anything
in particular you wanna discuss?
The first thing that just stuck with me is, well, it's not the first thing. It's one of the last things we actually see. The shape of the fucking monster, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
What the heck? It goes from being the cap of a mushroom to
a pretty standard flying saucer shape.
Yeah, and then you have. I remember angels being depicted that way in something. There's flowing fucking fabrics in the sky.
Yeah, not because angels aren't human. So I know a lot of like depictions of angels are like that stuff, or like some depictions are them like horrific monsters.
Oh yeah, and there's like rings in some versions. But that it reminded me of like a video game angel or something. I couldn't really pinpoint it. Or like a flower, I guess. Yeah,
and I'm wondering if I didn't read anything into this. I didn't look up anything about this before we started recording, but I'm wondering where he got inspiration from, because it feels reminiscent of something you've seen, like people talking about like like UFOs might not look at all like how we see vehicles. It could be something completely different. Well, and since this is, of course, then it's not a vehicle, it's an animal or an alien.
Creature. What's it called? A living organism?
Yeah, it's an organism. It's a creature, yeah. It doesn't have to resemble a vehicle at all, you know.
No.
And it doesn't. Like, in the end, the first thing I thought when it started, like, develop or unfold.
Unravel?
Yeah. Because we had seen Antler's Horst or Holst or whatever his name was. He had been, like, filming a lot of, like, animal attacks before that. He was watching in his studio or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was one where an octopus attacks a crab.
Yes.
So the first thing I thought of was like, oh, it's kind of like an octopus, but then it almost felt like, because it was so flowy, almost felt like a jellyfish or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone somewhere mentioned that it looks like it's inspired from a lot of sea creatures, obviously because of the flowiness. Yeah. As you can flow in water, I suppose. But there is similarities to like poisonous orchids.
Yeah. You
have
orchids. Yeah, exactly, orchids. Yeah.
Yeah, with a hint of the flesh-eating flower, whatever that's called.
Yeah, the oh shit, that's called
fly eater. Whatever. There's probably different ones. Yeah, exactly. In Swedish, I'd say like flugätare or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Fly eater of some sort. Yeah, whatever. But then also because of I just remember some sort of, I think it's a video game where like battle angels look like that. I can't really.
Not specifically, but because of like the colors and the flowy wings, it reminded me of the villains in Doom Eternal. The kind of like the things that they're like interdimensional creatures, but it's what we always thought were angels, but they're actually kind of enslaved humanity, or every planet really. You know, they kind of look like them, sort of.
I do, however, love the fact that this creature isn't, stereotypical alien kind of thing, which they point out. No. They do have the whole, I don't remember what he calls them, the Ricky Juke Park character. He calls them the Watchers or something.
Yeah.
Or viewers. He says viewers.
Viewers, yeah.
And he depicted them as like, oh no, what's that painting?
Painting?
No, the guy who screams and has his hands on his face.
Oh, The Scream.
The Scream by Edward Munch or something, right? Monk, yeah. It looks like them, basically. The way he depicts them. Yeah.
More traditional little grey man. Yeah. Or little green man, yeah.
I'm glad it's not that, because that would have been boring.
Yes. There is that scene, though, which was one of the scariest scenes.
Oh, hell yes. That was so freaky.
Which, in a way... Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't actually that wasn't actually the aliens, but also when we find out that are just some kids playing a prank, it was just like, god damn it, because it was the most suspenseful scene so far in the movie. It was just a joke.
When I first saw I think you didn't react until like 5 seconds after me when it started moving.
Yeah, because I was like, what are they filming? Oh,
yeah, and there's something there, and it's still.
And then it started moving. I was like, ooh.
That was
it was so creepy. But then it wasn't real. And I kind of knew it because it looked like a suit, because their hands were floppy. It looked bad.
But at the same time, you were in the moment. You're like, oh no, this could be. Yeah. Oh no, could just be bad costuming.
just like OJ was like, no, just backed up. Nope.
Nice detail though in that one is the punch, which someone credited as a like homage to Independence Day, I think. When Will Smith punches the alien.
He opens up the ship and he's like, la, 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 and he just punches it and says, "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly, I thought more that the classic YouTube video, or I guess classic video, I don't know where it's from originally, where a guy is like, he has a mask on and he's hiding in one of those green garbage bins, and he pops up like, "Ugh!" and the guy's just like, "Ugh!" and punches him and falls out of the bin. That's what I thought of.
Probably.
It was like a reaction is to punch the thing. Which is the right reaction when something scares you. Punch it.
Whether it's an alien or not.
It's fight or flight. Punch it.
Yes.
That
was like, the alien, obviously. Well, people also speculated that perhaps it's not an alien. Perhaps it is a Earth domestic creature that we just haven't encountered yet. But that feels a bit far-fetched. Yeah,
and here is where, and I recently had a discussion about this with my friend, a friend. I have several friends. So I was going to say my friend, a friend.
You're one and only.
I have more than one friend. About where like lore and background and world building can get in the way of your story.
Yes.
And almost always does, in my opinion. Whatever, that's a whole other discussion, so I won't get into it. But
I think we've mentioned it before.
Yeah, we're like a lot of like people nowadays are kind of like they've been damaged by all, how all movies and books and everything has to have world building and lore nowadays. Even me, who don't like that kind of stuff, started thinking like, how. Because in the movie, no one has seen this creature except for OJ, his sister, and the Jupiter family.
Yeah.
Like, how has no one ever seen this before? It's obviously been here a long time. They don't talk to someone like, I saw it in 1972 when it ate my family. They don't have that character. And when it shows up so frequently and like not even trying to hide, how the hell is no one else seeing this?
See,
we get in the end, a news team shows up because they obviously saw the big thing going on when they were basically fighting it or whatever you want to call it. But like, how is this not like?
I'm thinking
international news.
Perhaps it hasn't been there that long. Or perhaps it wasn't that big for a while.
That could be it.
Perhaps it wasn't until those 6 months earlier when the 8 hikers disappeared and then their father dies that it became that big in size and started becoming bolder, I guess.
Yeah. That might be it. But then it is also like a story like this, when a creature like this appears, in a typical sci-fi movie, it would have bigger repercussions than just these 3 people trying to capture it on photo.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm talking about. But that's not what the story is about.
No. I mean, it's also, we do have mentions of, crazy UFO theories and stuff. So,
sure, yeah.
It could have just been that people saw, but, they didn't get eaten. They didn't. Someone said that, like, people who claimed they were beamed up got spat out, but no, you don't get spat out by that thing unless you're, like, made of plastic or metal.
Yeah.
Which hillbillies rarely are.
Yeah, humans rarely are.
I was thinking, plastic surgery maybe doesn't like that. I don't know. If you have
But it'll still just spit out the plastic
parts. That's true.
The fleshy parts it will eat, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to know much about this creature.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, my brain is damaged as well. Because I'm like, actually, like, this should be, like, international news, and you should have doctors and scholars, and, FBI should be putting up, like a quarantine. No.
The only thing...
It's about exploitation.
Yes.
It's a story about exploitation. It's a story about these people trying to... not trying to like, capture it for scientific purposes or they just want to capture it on photos so they can get paid.
Yeah, they want money.
Which is kind of funny.
The only thing I wanted to have some clarification on is, in the end, when they do kill it, spoilers,
yeah.
Will it drift away? Or will it land eventually? How do you explain a big-ass sheet landing?
Yeah. And hopefully they will never make a sequel, but that could be explained in a sequel, but they should never make a sequel.
No, we don't need to know. We're supposed to be wondering that. Yeah. I don't want an explanation. I mean...
It's just, you're
kind of curious.
But yeah, they don't need to tell us.
If Jordan Peele is clever, he's going to eventually go like, it disintegrated. It just disappeared.
Because it's so flowy anyway, so they just turn into dust or whatever.
Much like, when it digests things, it just becomes water and rains. So, I mean... Yeah. It could just be part of a cloud.
Yeah.
It could be a cloud, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it looks like for most of the movie.
Yeah, and obviously it can like control clouds because it hides in a cloud that stands still. So
exactly, or it creates its own cloud or something.
But
so it's vapor.
Yeah, I just realized this as we're talking about it, because it doesn't have those typical sci-fi things where a doctor shows up and a crazy. Crackpot who I saw it in 54, Since we don't have those characters and we don't have those typical moments, do you realize how... Take two. Do you realize how little exposition there is in this movie?
Oh, yes.
Which is none. Now that I think about it, that's very nice to not have a bunch of like, this is going on and we're going to have this. There's a little bit in the beginning just to set the stage. That's it. The rest of it is, it's all about like, this is what we have to do to, capture it on photo, or it's all about, the theme about exploitation.
The only details we get about this creature is that it is in fact a creature, much like that has the same characteristics and fears like basically any creature on Earth. I mean, you don't look things in the eye unless you know you can take them on. Exactly. You don't aggravate things. You don't feel like you can run away from.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about wild animals. You never look them in the eye.
I mean, it's the same with fucking cat and dog. If it's a strange dog, don't look it in the eye.
Exactly.
Look at the top of the head or something.
Yeah, which is, of course, cleverly explained in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
Where they have the horse for the commercial, and he's like, don't walk behind it, first of all, because the horses get nervous.
Yes.
And also, don't look them in the eye, because he doesn't know you, or she does, I don't know.
Yeah, and like, it's a powerful creature. If you spook it might hurt someone. Which luckily the horse... Does, it barely does. Thank God.
But I gotta ask you then, because when OJ figures out that, wait, this is a wild animal, I shouldn't look it in the eye, they have a cut... They do they cut back to that original scene where he says, no, don't look the horse in the eye. And the guy holds up the reference thing for like the CGI stuff. Was that like too on the nose? Because at the moment it felt like, oh, why are they showing me this? I get it that you shouldn't look at it, but at the same time, if they hadn't shown me, would I have understood that he figured it out because of that?
I think it's good that they had it. It's not for you specifically because you might understand that, but it's for those who would probably not.
Yeah, I think it's like a necessary evil.
Yes. And it's also a bit of a second reference, though, because we have another shiny dome that plays a part later on in the film. We have the motorcycle helmet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which ends up being another, like, oh shit, I looked it in the eye kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's slightly different, but, still the same thing. It's the shiny dome that spooks the creature.
What was the deal with that guy, though?
Oh, that's just a personification of horrible TMS specifically. No, TMC specifically, but like paparazzi in general. I think that was...
Yeah, oh no, you're right, yeah, because then you can even say that it's exploiting humans,
yes. That's just
taking photos of them.
That's just an on-the-nose extra
like
jab at
privacy.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and because it's a faceless person, because all those, it's just a camera. You never see the face. You just see camera.
Yeah.
I mean, any paparazzi video you see is just like, there's no faces. They're just camera flashes. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's just a little bit extra of like a fuck you.
It did kind of come out of nowhere, though.
Oh, but I liked it. That was a nice detail. I immediately went, yeah, that's the faceless corporate fucking paparazzi shit.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
suppose.
Someone did not understand that. I don't know if it was Logan Paul or if it was someone else. Was like, I don't see the point of it. No, there's a very clear point to it. Fuck you, paparazzi. Specifically, TMZ.
Yeah.
Because they're the worst, as far as I understand.
Yes, they are. They're so bad that like former TMZ journalists, quote unquote journalists, are like scared to talk about it.
Oh yeah, because they get
sued.
They
will be attacked by TMZ.
Yeah.
The guy in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial was like, well, I'm putting myself in danger by even being here.
Exactly.
I'm a scumbag, but they're worse because at least I quit was basically what he said.
Oh yeah. Like they paid me to do shit.
Yeah,
but at least I could walk away from it. They're still paying people to do it.
Yeah.
So no, that one is a perfect reference, perfectly inserted there. I loved it.
Yeah.
No problem with that one.
No, sure, no. If we said after discussing it, yeah, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, going back though to the vagueness of the commentary or the themes of the movie. If you're not super like attuned to looking for themes in a movie, which, no offense, people, this is elitist again. Most people aren't. Watch a movie like this.
I am perfect example of that, because in the beginning of our spoilercast journey, I said entertainment. Everything's just entertainment. Yeah. I didn't pick up on themes. I can more or less critically analyze stuff now.
Your reviews were, it was good.
I've evolved, which is obviously there are people who are me in the past, but there are people who are more like you.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's elitist. You don't have to apologize for themes being more or less obvious.
Yeah, but then, like, do you think the general audiences, the whole Jupiter's, what was it called? The theme park, whatever it was, Jupiter's Catch?
Yeah, whatever. I don't remember.
Jupiter's Folly something. It was like a theme park that the former child actor had created. Like, why is that in the story? I mean, it's obviously because he's exploiting his own fame, obviously, since he's making a reality show about himself, which he is producing. And then, of course, he's exploiting this alien thing in the sky for to get people to watch him. And he's kind of exploiting this tragedy in his childhood, the old Gordy massacre thing. Which, that was such a weird thing to start the movie with, just to go on a quick tangent.
I think...
To have the scene of a CGI chimp, like, eating people on a set of, like, a sitcom. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I think that one is the most clear picture of the actual theme, though.
Oh yeah,
it is.
When we get into the movie, it's like obvious, like it was an animal pushed to its limits.
Yeah, no, but the combination of having that first scene being the chimp post rampage, and then straight after having the horse getting nervous quite quickly.
Yeah,
it's an obvious like, okay, so it's animal, not abuse, but animal exploitation within film and, well, Hollywood specifically, obviously.
Yeah, and that ties into the...
And I guess humans, like, what's it called? Indifference towards it?
Yes.
Because even though OJ and Emerald, well, specifically OJ and their father, They love the horses.
They love their horses.
They still exploit them.
They're still just things that they rent out to films and commercials.
Jeez. Yeah. Because they want money. Because all they do...
Exactly.
Everything you do is just because you want money.
Yeah.
So even though you're doing it with a good conscience, you think you're doing the right thing, even though Ricky Juke Park was friends with a chimp, it's still not right to use an animal in movie production, which will, or often could lead to disasters or multiple casualties if you're unlucky, which is why I believe they don't actually allow real chimps anymore.
I don't know of any specific incident, but I know it's a thing that you don't use.
I think there was an incident, but I don't remember which one or where. But I know there has been
oh right, that's why you can't use chimps in movies anymore because of that. What happens in the movie? That's the incident in this story,
in this universe, so to speak.
And it's kind of funny because that was in like '98. And it's like, I guess it kind of lines up because I remember like the last chimp movie I saw with real apes in it was a movie called like Joey or something about a baseball playing chimp. What's his name? The guy who plays Joey Tribbiani in Friends, Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
He like becomes friends with a chimp and they play baseball together.
I mean, the last animal movies in general, except for I think dogs, are from the 90s, so. Yeah.
And as much as I think we should use real animals when you can in movies, so we don't get that fucking Call of the Wild movie, which
like we mentioned in some episode.
Yeah, but exactly. Do not exploit animals.
No, there's a difference to having a working animal and just using them for pure entertainment and money.
Exactly.
Having a horse be a horse is fine. Having a chimp trying to be part of a human family is a bit different.
Yeah. There is of course that not part of like a sitcom or a TV show or anything, but that real incident of a woman who like had a pet chimp for like 20 years or something.
Oh yeah.
That just one day out of nowhere, it had loved her its entire life.
You grew up with her, right?
Yeah, I grew up with her, and it was like they were fucking best buds. One day she brings her like friend over, which the ape had known as again for years.
Yeah. But
they were getting like they weren't even like. There was just two ladies, like, hanging out. But for some reason, the ape that day felt like, but no, that's my friend. And just ate the friend's face off.
Yeah.
And, like, tried to rip its owner's arm off.
Which I think is also referenced in this, sort of.
Yeah,
like the fact that the co-star...
Definitely inspired. Yeah, definitely inspired in this movie. Which, that was nice. Because in the trailers, you're like, is that one of the aliens hiding among us? No.
Or like, is it a victim of the alien or something?
No, it's just a woman who got her face eaten off by a chimp.
Yeah. But luckily survived.
Yeah.
Compared to the other stars who apparently died.
Yeah. Which is like, so why is that in a movie? But no, it fits in with the theme. Like, this is what happens when you exploit animals like this.
These are consequences that you might live with.
Some of the consequences, exactly, yeah.
And it's not her fault particularly, so it's the consequence she suffers because of someone else's decision.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's also a bit of a... Someone mentioned also that was weird that they had the scarred lady in the audience, but no, this is his new show, and he has a lifelong friend who he wants to bring on this journey, and she's happy to support him.
Yeah. And also, it's he can name drop her.
Yeah, obviously.
He's exploiting her as well.
Yes. But it's also like perhaps a reminder to him that, you won't be able to do this.
Yeah.
No matter how long you work with a creature, eventually, if it is a creature that is stronger than you and on almost equal or close to equal level of intelligence, they will revolt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole Planet of the Apes franchise. It's all about that. Slaves revolting.
Exactly.
Someone saying no. Oh my god.
Yeah. Learning to say no.
Not to digress, but one of the greatest scenes in movie history.
Oh my
Caesar
God,
says
yes.
no. anyway,
Chills. Just thinking of it.
Yeah.
No, I think that is a clear theme, and I think they use it
I was gonna say,
throughout
just
the movie.
to circle back to that, do you think general audiences will get that from all this? Like
Hopefully.
This Asian boy playing cowboy out in the desert, and these horse wranglers. What is all this about, actually, other than them just trying to photograph an alien?
I think it's even deeper because it's an Asian boy who became friends with the chimp. It's not like just another white kid. No, he's also exploited for being, the token character in that show.
Obviously a token character, yes.
And in this case, because the main characters are black, I suppose he's a token character still, somehow. Because he's the only Asian character in the entire movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's a commentary more on it than Jordan Peele actually being that weird.
Yes. I don't know if this is going to sound weird. I also kind of like that there weren't any white people in this movie. Oh, barely, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Because you didn't have that Jordan Peele white people being awkward, trying to not be racist or like masking their racism.
Yes, but I think that was a conscious choice to avoid the racism card.
Yeah,
because he didn't want to play that one again. He's done that now.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, it normalizes.
Once again, showing that, he's shifting away from doing the same thing he did in the first two movies. Yeah.
And also, it normalizes without pushing it in your face. It just normalizes humans in general.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't expect any characters to be white. They're just characters. You shouldn't care what color they are.
Exactly. That was actually something that was obviously before I saw the movie, but, there was a discussion online how some people, morons, and I usually don't like to, pick a side like that, but they were obvious morons, or just trying to, rile up people, calling Jordan Peele racist for only casting black people in his starring roles?
I'm sorry, but don't you realize that every time you create a character, you create it based on yourself?
Thank you for noticing that. That's the thing I wrote.
Hello? That's the entire thing with books in general. When you read a character description, they seldom mention skin color specifically. They mention hair and eyes, usually. But you will always depict them with your own skin color, more or less. Even if they mention that they're tanned, because I am white, I will still go to a white person being a bit tan, maybe from Southern Europe.
Yeah.
I won't go so far as to imagine them being more on the darker or even blacker side, because that's not what I see when I look in the mirror. That's a common thing with humans.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, you go from your own experience, and that's one of the oldest tips and tricks or whatever, on that rule, but oldest rule in the book for writing and screenwriting in general, write what you know.
Yeah.
Whether it's sci-fi, horror, or action, you gotta start somewhere. So start with something you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele is black.
So obviously
his characters are going to be black.
Obviously his first theme had to do with being a black person in a mainly white, not society, industry. But industry, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
He's writing his own experience. Of course it's going to be colored by his own life.
Yeah.
Hey.
Jeez.
But then
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, but some people are no, it's just woke propaganda. He's purposefully writing black characters, casting black actors.
No, that's just
because he's writing black characters,
Yeah, but he's unconsciously writing them black. Probably he's not thinking of skin color. That's just, and also it's only a thing to react to because because of racism, black people haven't had the opportunity to create their own stories.
Exactly. So why would he like go out of his way to not write black characters? He has a golden opportunity to swing that to swing the pendulum a little more towards the other side.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he? Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. It was so dense to listen to that or read that thread.
Oh, there is
morons.
One of my favorite YouTubers, I keep forgetting her name because I can't pronounce it, and she disappeared for a while, but she's back. She has a video on people's reaction to when the Hunger Games movie came out, to the one character being black.
Oh.
And everyone lost their shit over the fact the little girl, Rue. Yeah. They were like, no, but she wasn't black in the book. No, she was. But they only mentioned it like once. So because you're white, imagine her white. I think even Katniss is supposed to be a little bit darker. But, whitewashing. Sorry.
Yeah.
That happened. I don't know how old that movie is by now. 10 years almost?
It is 10 years this year.
Yeah,
I remember 2012 came out,
Back then, it was even more common.
Yeah.
But people apparently lost their shit when they casted a black girl to play a black character.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, she's not supposed to be black. It's a great video. If I can figure out which one it is, I'll give the link somewhere. Or mention it somewhere.
I used to, back when I was less mature, back in, during like the meme wars, 2016, 2015, 2017, I cared about stuff like that. But nowadays, like, it doesn't matter. Because it's all about character. Like, it doesn't matter. Unless it is just to piss people off, then it's just like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Like, if you're purposefully casting a black actor to do some white character from a comic book or something just to piss people off, and it's just like, don't be a fucking troll. Like, come on.
I mean, as long as the project isn't based on reality and you're portraying an actual living person or used to live person, you can cast whoever the fuck you want in whatever role you want. If it's based on someone or an already existing character that has a look,
it should.
Of course, you should honor that. You can't change the color of Elvis. I mean, he's white.
No, you can't. You can't make a black Elvis movie.
No, I'm sorry. Elvis was white.
You can't make a white Malcolm X movie. It's not gonna work.
No. Oh my god! If they make like a white Obama movie. Jesus Christ.
No, it doesn't work. Yeah.
No.
But other than that, who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Characters are characters based on their characteristics and personalities, not what they look like.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Movie? Yeah. Do you know what movie that we recently watched that did that perfectly, and in an otherwise horrible movie? Jurassic World Dominion. When they introduced the pilot lady,
it
was like they did it so pretentiously. She was just a lady.
Oh yeah,
to be black. There was no sassy black woman. No.
There was no pointing out that she's a woman. There was no pointing out that she's not white.
Yeah, or some stupid black lady. There was no racist character. No, she was just a character.
Yeah. They cast the best actress for the role. They didn't care what she looked like specifically.
Yeah. And I was like, that's very nice.
Yeah. And refreshing.
As terrible as that movie was, at least that character was fun. And it didn't matter, it was good, But fuck the rest of that movie though.
Oh yeah, God no.
Anyway, back to Nope.
Yeah, I think we kind of derailed ourselves there a bit.
No, but hey, it's a director, a filmmaker who usually talks about race
True.
and social issues, so it just fits that we talk about it for a little while.
Yeah, I guess.
Even if this movie kind of steered away from it.
Yes. I mean, unfortunately, for now at least, whenever he makes a movie, it will still be a subject.
People are going to so where's the racism angle?
Yeah.
How is he going to shit on white people?
Hopefully.
It's not what he does, really.
Hopefully, this is the first of many where he just more and more opens the door and just leaves having to point out racism in every movie.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have to do that, so...
No, obviously...
Unless he wants to.
He likes to tell those kind of stories, so...
I mean, it's probably...
He can keep doing that. I mean, he's
stories...
done 3 good ones so far.
Yeah,
so.
and I mean, they're based on his life in some way. Yeah. It's probably based on shit he has been through. Or family of his, or friends of his.
Yeah.
You're always going to write on your own experiences, so...
But... Go
back to the actual movie.
More to the actual movie. Because I mentioned before how the cinematography instantly made me think of Christopher Nolan, and I was like, so a lot of Christopher Nolan's style comes from Hoytema and Hoytema. And just thinking about this movie and Get Out and Us, and how different this felt because of Hoytema and van Hoytema's photography.
Tongue twister.
Yes.
Sorry.
In the future, let's say that Jordan Peele, like, he gets hired to film someone else's script, He, in between his 2 projects, he gets hired as a director for hire.
Mm-hmm.
And he accepts it because he thinks it's an interesting script or something. Do you think he has enough of his own style? I mean, visual style, because obviously he has a writing style, obviously.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
If there's somewhere you notice him, it's in the writing.
It's in the story, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has
enough
that strong of a visual...
Directorial, vision, Because like I said, this felt more like a Nolan movie almost, because of the visuals.
I think it's too early to tell, to be honest.
But it was just something I thought of because of the whole Hoytema thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
no, I
what
think
if he,
this
like...
is another one of those... like opening up the door movie kind of thing. He started off small, and now he's slowly but surely growing the scale of his movies, and then also growing the scale of where it takes place and how he can change his way to visually direct things.
Yeah.
Or evolve, and not change, evolve.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, because I haven't gone back to watch... I have watched all of his movies in the cinema, and then I rewatched Get Out once, I think. Because it's not really a movie you want to rewatch, because it's so uncomfortable.
I was about to say that. 'Cause even though I haven't seen it, I'm scared of watching it because I feel like I'm going to be uncomfortable and scared in general.
You're going to be uncomfortable, yeah. He came out hard in his first movie. He was like, white people, watch this. Right. That's basically what
Which is how he made a name for himself, though.
Yes. That's why
he came in with, like, pomp och ståt. How do you say that in English?
He came in swinging.
Yeah.
He just kicked open doors like, here I am! Look at me! Basically.
Yeah.
Which is good, because now...
hell of a way to make a name for yourself, so...
Yeah. But the best part is that he could back it up, and he has continued to back it up. He's not just like, I'm gonna talk about racism because it's important, and then he makes a shitty movie. No. He does that.
He made a masterpiece.
He backs it up by making good movies. So I'm gonna.
He doesn't have a style yet. I think.
No,
I think
exactly.
He's still.
That's what I'm gonna get to, because I want to rewatch. Obviously, I'm gonna rewatch Get Out because
we are doing a spoilerCast patron exclusive episode because I haven't seen it, and obviously we need to pair it with the Jordan Peele movie.
Exactly. So our companion piece to this is on Patreon is going to be Get Out. So it's going to be nice to rewatch that, and I'm going to try to rewatch Us as well if I can get hold of it.
Oh, you can rent it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sure. But it's gonna be interesting to see, having seen Nope now, see if there is a visual red thread. Is that what you say in English? I don't know. Red thread.
Yeah.
If there's a visual language to all of his movies, or if it has evolved, because as of now, I'm unsure if he has a specific visual style, like directorial style, other than his writing. So if he directed someone else's script, would you recognize it as a Jordan Peele movie? That was my thought to begin with.
Yeah. I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I think it's too early to say. Because, looking at his writing, you obviously can see that it's him, like you said.
Yeah.
But we don't have enough material to go on when it comes to his directorial work. So
Yeah.
I don't think we can comment on that yet. I'm hoping, because Nope obviously is... It's an evolving...
It's an evolution.
Evolution, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Thank you. Of him. Yeah. You can see that he is...
He's growing as a filmmaker.
Yeah, I even think... Because Get Out takes place mostly in, like, that one mansion and their grounds, right?
Yes.
And Us, you do get more of a...
Us
open
expands
up.
a little bit.
Yeah, and now Nope opens it up more, but not too much, because it's still enclosed. You're still just in the valley, but it's a big-ass valley, and it's very open.
It's opening up in a visual sense. Yeah. Not in an actual space sense.
Yeah, because I mean...
it just takes place in one place, basically.
Us, they do travel around a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But every scene is more contained. Everything is more in one space.
Yeah.
While here you have literal sweeping shots and aerials, and the sky is literally the limit at points.
Yeah. Well,
I am excited to see what he comes up with in the future. But we might have to wait a few years. He has he has like 2 or 3 years between movies.
Yeah,
when it comes to his own things.
2017, 2019, and then obviously this took a little longer because of the pandemic.
Sure.
Betting. Yeah. So yeah, 2025, 2024 maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Like, so far, he hasn't disappointed.
Oh, no.
And like you said, so far, he is getting better and better at directing. But this, I won't say he's getting worse at writing.
No, this is just a different thing.
It's different, yeah. That's the thing, yeah. I don't want to, it's not weaker, it's just different, right?
It's
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, because again, looking at his writing credits, a lot of it is obviously, it's on the same side. Now he's finally branching out and testing something new. Trying to, add something else. Add aliens, not just social issues.
That would also be fun to see him do, because obviously his 3 movies are they're more they're horror, they're genre movies. Even if this is more sci-fi, they're all horror-ish.
Oh yes,
it would be fun to see him write something else, because if there's somewhere the way he has a style, it's that he chooses to do horror.
Yes.
It would be fun to see him do, like, I don't know, maybe not comedy, but maybe like a drama.
Yeah.
I don't think
drama would work.
He would do a good, even though he is one of the funniest people alive because of Key and Peele, I don't think he would do a good comedy. At least not with his style.
Not if he's doing it all by himself. As a writer, yes.
Yeah.
He can obviously write comedy. Just look at his credits.
Yeah, look at fucking Key and Peele, one of the funniest sketch shows of all time.
But if he's gonna incorporate his own directing and production behind it, no, I don't think he'll do comedy. That would just clash too hard with everything else he's ever done. But drama would be like we need to talk about Kevin kind of drama. Or like Marriage Story. That kind of drama would be very interesting to see him tackle.
Still maybe do it a little dark or something. That would be fun.
The dark theme can be, I don't know, that someone killed someone in the past or whatever.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of fun to see him do more of an actual action movie.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, Nope had some action shots.
Oh,
there went a little bit more. Maybe not... I don't know how he would do in directing like fight scenes, but you can always have someone else help him with that. Yeah, you usually have a fight coordinator.
The way they shot action movies in the old days, where the director basically shot all the dialogue scenes, and then just bring in the stunt coordinator, and they just basically shot the action. That's not the way they do it nowadays, which is good. But I mean, if he was going to do it, maybe do it more like that.
At least have help.
Exactly.
Until you feel comfortable enough to do it yourself. You should probably do it the first time.
No, you need help from stunt coordinators.
Yeah.
You need help from, what are the names? Chad Stahelski and the other guy who made the first John Wick movie.
For example.
Who've gone on to make some of the best action movies in recent years.
Holy shit. Like oh my god, imagine them working together.
Deadpool and Atomic Blonde. Yeah.
I think we managed to talk about this movie without spoiling it too much, to be honest.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, we spoiled the big ending,
about...
but you still need to watch it to actually understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. So if you're here after having watched the movie, listening to the spoiler part, we didn't spoil too much.
Do you agree?
Hey, maybe that will be the clip I use in the beginning of this episode. Actually, the spoiler part of this episode is not too spoilery, so don't worry.
Except for the actual ending, but, you know.
Except for the actual ending, yes, of course. But, yeah, we don't talk a lot about people dying, but now I just mentioned that people die, so whatever. You know what?
Well,
let's round it off.
Here. Yeah. All in all, go watch the movie, obviously.
Yes, definitely. That's also something that we've talked about before, and we've used Jordan Peele as an example of that. This is the formula for movies going forward.
Yes.
Smaller movies. Obviously, this looks a lot more expensive than other
sure.
movies, but I don't think it was that expensive. Obviously, not like a Marvel movie expensive.
No, it has a smaller feel to it.
Yes, smaller, more intelligent movies where you can be more experimental because you don't have to spend $300 million to make it. You just spend maybe $30 million to make it.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, they will be appreciated. And if his other movies are anything to go by, they rake in the money because all of his movies have been successes so far. And I'm pretty sure this will be as well.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, and we
also, this one is released at the prime moment because we are more or less Dead of summer. Society is, even though we have like some fallbacks, we're back in business, baby.
Yeah. There's no more like, I don't dare to go to the theater. No,
you can
that's
go
over
to the theater
with
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Safe distance and keep safe and clean and all that stuff
Sure.
as usual, but that should be the norm before we had a pandemic.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's good because the last movie we talked about in our regular episodes, of course, was another one of these small budget, layered, interesting, kind of experimental movie. It was The Black Phone. Like, this is where movies need to go.
Yes.
Like, let Disney do their shit. Whatever. Keep making your Marvel cape shit bullshit. But the rest of Hollywood, look at people like Scott Derrickson. Look at people like Jordan Peele. Focus not so much on spectacle. I mean, other than, of course,
the spectacle of this one. Yeah. Had a little bit of spectacle.
Yeah, but focus on themes. Focus on layers. Focus on story.
To bring in the usual Disney rant a little bit, I think that these latest movies that we have watched are a sign to the fact that this is shifting. We're going back to being smarter and smaller, I suppose, in our productions.
Yeah.
To counter the oversaturation of Marvel.
Yeah. And also, like, people have talked... Now we're just... whatever, fuck it. We gotta rant about Marvel.
We have to. It's the spoilerCast.
Yeah. People have been talking, of course, about, superhero or comic book fatigue for years, but it's never really set in. Every movie released is a super success. Until now.
Yeah.
Because, sure, Thor Love and Thunder isn't like a box office bomb, but it got like bad reviews.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I haven't heard anything like good about it. I haven't heard people rave about it.
Everyone I've talked to, people who like Marvel movies, say that it's bad. And they're tired of it. This is just the same shit. Even though this is supposed to be, Taika Waititi bringing some new stuff, some crazy comedy into it. But it's just the same.
It's still just Thor made by Taika Waititi. I can't say his name.
Waititi.
Waititi. I want to say Waikiki for some reason.
Nope, that's an island.
Yeah. It's still just him doing Thor again. For third time or whatever.
No, second time, but yeah.
Oh, right, second, technically.
So while it's still bringing in money, it's not gonna pass $1 billion, which a lot of those Marvel movies used to do. And like I said, people got tired of it. And then you have, it's not Marvel, but it is Disney. You had Lightyear, which literally bombed.
Even though it's a kids movie.
Yeah, but no one went and saw it. So they just instantly released it on Disney Plus. I think, they probably lost money on that because it brought in worldwide $225 million.
Oh my! $225? That was one person watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that's a sign of things to come.
Yes,
I really do. And I hope that, the other side of it is that we get more movies like Nope, like The Black Phone, and even if you want, action sci-fi movies, like Prey, which we talked about in our sneak peek free Patreon episode. It's everywhere you can listen to it, that is the way forward.
I mean...
Smaller, thoughtful movies.
Looking at some of the releases we have dated, at least for Sweden... I feel like that might be, so far, still the theme.
What do we have coming up?
I mean, just we still have Eiffel coming up technically, even though that one is premiered. Elvis didn't feel like it was such a big thing compared to, it's not a Marvel-sized movie. It's still smaller and contained. It was long as hell, though. Sure.
Jesus Christ, I'm so glad we did watch that.
We have Where the Crawdads Sing. Feels like it's going to be a smaller production.
Yeah, but which is being heavily promoted.
Sure, but it's because of the book. Because the book was
but that's what I mean. They actually believe in a smaller movie.
Yes,
and it's a good book. So
Did you finish it?
I haven't finished it yet, but I'm getting there.
We will have to discuss that later.
Yes, we will have to discuss that later, perhaps in another video show.
Another that's not the spoilercast. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Another project, future project.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. To wrap it up.
Yes, to wrap it up.
The score on Nope still stands for me. It's still a strong 7.
Yes, it's strong 7, very strong 7.
We're still on the initial reaction here.
Yeah.
Still just 3 hours since we finished the movie. So
yeah. Great movie. Great sci-fi movie.
Oh, yes.
And sci-fi in the actual sense of sci-fi. Not sci-fi where, everyone shoots at each other. No, it's sci-fi because it's strange.
Yes.
It's science fiction because, it deals with otherworldly things, in a sort of scientific way. That's what sci-fi used to be.
Yeah, it's not spaceships and alien just shooting at each other, which we've had for a while now.
It's not that Star Trek trilogy movies with Chris Pine in the lead.
Oh god.
Which were just people shooting at each other. That wasn't sci-fi, that was action.
Yeah.
This was sci-fi because it was
that was action in space, this is sci-fi.
Exactly. so yeah, check out Nope.
And come back on Monday for our Patreon episode. Well, come back. Check us out on Patreon for the Monday episode.
Exactly.
Where we talk about Get Out.
Yes. And we'll discuss more Jordan Peele.
Yes.
But that's going to have to be it. Thank you so much for listening. Like we said, patreon.com/domagazine. Support us and get all the perks, of course. But if you're just listening to the free episodes, thank you so much for that as well.
Oh, yes.
Follow us on all the major podcast platforms or subscribe to us on YouTube and all that jazz. Tell your friends. And we will see you in the next one. But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. The SpoilerCast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is hosted by Tobias Vedén and Rebecca Vedén. Produced and directed by Tobias Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. A huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Laura Kinney, Mom, and Dad.